All right, so I'm gonna walk through how to set up the UMC 750 for DED additive manufacturing through the Haas/hybrid ambit system here. So first thing we're gonna do is I've got my part, my substrate, if you will, all ready to go. I've got my substrate in here. I've already found the center with the probe. Center will be around this edge in the center and then also on the top. So that'll be our datum. Before we get too far, we'll want to put the additive tool in the spindle, and we'll want to go ahead and dock the manifold here. All right, and then we'll go over to our ambit core. This is what controls all our recipes and controls. It's currently off right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. So with the ambit core powered up, we're going to go ahead and open ambit 3. That's the ambit software that we'll use. And so that'll take a second to load, but then we will log in and get our recipe set up. We have the software pulled up. It's gonna tell you to ignore the warning. You'll need to log in. I have my own account on here, but usually you'll want to probably log in with Aaron's. I suppose you could log in with mine. We'll need to reference the mechanism, which essentially just allows the manifold to, inside the machine, it will park the manifold, make sure it's back at its home state. Now we need to actually dock the tool. So we're going to go to our control tab. We're going to check HMI dock, and then we'll hit dock. And now what's going to happen is that the manifold inside the machine is going to move forward and attempt to dock with our tool. We may have to wiggle it around a little bit, but we want to check that there's no space in between there, in between the tool and the manifold. And that looks good. So it's now docked. You can also see I added our high-speed camera in here. We'll be doing high-speed video. And so we're going to get set up to run and then also take video here. So the next couple things we want to set up in our program, we want to make sure that we have the powder feeder turned on. The laser should automatically be turned on. And we need to make sure our recipes are set. I'm only using recipe 1, which in this case is 9101. For laser power, I'm going to start off around 900 watts, and we'll run a disk RPM of 25. We could do a little bit more, but actually changing my mind. We'll do 800 watts, 25%. Those are, for our system, those are the values that the powder feeder likes. I know those will give us a decent sized bead. It may differ for your system, but for what we're doing with stainless, it works pretty well. And then we need to save it. That's the last thing. So that's for our 3mm tool. And once the tool is docked, our diagnostic screen will show up on our dashboard. So it'll tell us when the disc is on, when the powder feeder is on, what our laser power is, when it's running, our shield gas, everything. But for now, we don't have to worry about it. We're gonna go ahead and turn our chiller on. We also need to turn on our fume extractor. And we'll need to press run on our laser chiller. The next step is I wanna make sure I load my program in here. So I'm gonna head to Fusion where I'm generating this. I've got my feature construction set up. I just want to post-process this. I'm gonna go to post-process. It'll pop up with my window. I'll export with my post. I call this JDH0314A. The first one I'm doing for the day. We'll send it to the downloads folder for now. And then I'll post. It'll pop up, everything's good. And we'll view the NC code. We'll do our dummy check. Control F for M3. There's an M30 at the bottom, but that's fine. That's the only instance. M4. M6, M9, 09, 06, 04, 03. So we don't have any spindle on, we don't have any tool change. All is well. Let's double check to make sure. We've got our recipe on command, we've got our dwell, and there's our tool height offset. So then that's set already. So we should be good to load this and run. Okay, so I've got it on the flash drive and I placed it in the machine. We're gonna go to list program, and then it's got USB up at the top. We'll just scroll over there. We'll go down to JDH 314A, and I'll hit select program. Now it pulls that into our memory slot here, and it's got everything that we need. So the next steps are, I've got my camera all ready to go. We'll need to close the door and put the key into this interlock. This interlock allows the laser to turn on. The laser will not turn on if you don't have the key in here. Okay, and this green light should light up when it's ready to go. From here on out, it's just a matter of running the program. So we'll hit memory. Okay, I'm gonna turn my feed rate down to like 20, maybe 10, rapid to 5%. Because I always do this when I start the machine. I wanna make sure that I know where the machine is going. So in fact, I'll probably run it in single block just for now until I know exactly what the machine is trying to do. And I'll follow along in G-code just to make sure. But when I press go, it's gonna start running the program line by line. Now this G28, G91Z0 should bring our Z-axis up. And now we see our Z-axis is trying to go, distance to go, it's trying to go up about 5 inches. So that looks good. In the machine, the Z is moving up 5 inches, okay? And now it'll start doing the rest of our feature construction stuff. So before it starts running, make sure you run really slow rapid, really low feed rates until it's about to turn on the laser, and then we'll want to turn all those feeds back up. You can leave rapid low for now until you know the program is okay. All the Z heights are correct, your tool height compensation was applied, all of that.